Sitting down, legs outstretched. Got our rollers nearby. I might have to hop up if I have to let somebody else in. So sitting on your mat, just rubbing those legs, rubbing down the outside of those legs. Keep your hands on your thighs. So we're rubbing the outside down to the top of the knee. Gradually take the balls of your hands over onto the top of your thighs. All the way onto the top. Thumbs down the inside of the legs. Palms over the top and then down the outside again, pushing those hands against the outside of the legs, and then run those hands all the way down to the ankles and back, down to the ankles and back, all the way down, and then go down the back of the legs and just knead your calves. So squeezing them to fingers and thumb towards each other, up the back of those legs, through those knees, up the back of those hamstrings, and then coming up to sitting. Put the hands about half a foot behind you on the floor. I've got my knuckles down. Pull those shoulders back, lift that chest up. Big breath in, take the chin up into the sky, squeezing those shoulders together, and then breathing out, bring that chin all the way down into the chest. And then breathing in, lift that chin all the way up into the sky, lift that chest up, pull those shoulder blades together. And then breathing out, bring that chin all the way down in the chest, keeping that chest up, keeping those shoulders back, keeping those seat bones pushing into the floor. And then turn those eyes to the right side of the right leg, turning the face. And pull that left ear away from the left shoulder. And then just rotate that face a bit left, a bit right. And then stretching that ear away, keeping that chest up, pushing off those knuckles. And then take the eyes across to the left side of the left leg. Keep the shoulders back. Pull that right ear from the right shoulder. Keeping that chest up, pulling those shoulders back. And then tilting that face left, tilting it right. Just stretching. And then bring those eyes up, bring them round in front, squeezing those shoulder blades together, breathing in. Use those heels, pull forwards onto the front bottom. Slide those hands forwards. Slide that body down towards those feet. Reach, and this time stretch. So push that lower back away from the middle back, away from the upper back, but pushing the head over the toes, not just taking the nose to the knees. So you're not just compressing. Reaching. Now soften the knees, pull that tummy onto the thighs and push the chin towards the toes, so you're lengthening your body. Pushing that tailbone away, stretching through the upper hamstrings. Reaching, breathing in, breathing out. Bring yourself up tall. Point those toes. Flex those ankles. Point those toes. Flex those ankles. Take the feet to the right. Windscreen wipers left. To the right, to the left. Circles with those feet one way. 3 circles one way. 3 circles the other way. Relax those feet. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, round and back. Bring those arms up in front, breathing in. And on the out breath, lower yourself to the floor, 1 vertebra at a time, all the way down to the ground. All the way down, take those arms all the way overhead. Reaching and stretching, push the fingers away from the toes, let the spine lift up from the floor, push the back of the head in the ground, push the tailbone in the ground. And then reach that right hand away from the right foot, take hold of that right wrist and pull it over to the left. And then walk those feet left. And then put that left leg over the right leg, keep that right hip to the floor, stretch through that right side. And then bring those feet back to the right. And then take those hands to the right. Take hold of the left wrist in the right hand. Cross the right leg over. Keep that left hip down and push the foot and hand away from each other, arcing the body like a banana, stretching through that side. Breathing in. Breathing out. Come back to center, pushing those hands away, letting that back lift up. And then flatten the back in the ground and bring those arms up to the sky, palms together. Pull the shoulders down towards the waist, away from the ears. Bring those arms apart, push the back of the hands to the floor, squeeze those shoulders together in that cross shape. pushing the back of the head down, pushing the bum down, the tailbone down, lifting the spine away and pulling those shoulders together. Breathing in. Breathing out, flatten the back, bring the palms together, keep the head on the floor. Open those hands apart, squeeze those shoulders together, push the head in the floor, breathing in. Breathing out, flatten the back in the floor, bring those hands together. Breathing in, open those hands, pushing the head into the floor, pushing the bum in the floor, pushing the hands in the floor, lifting that spine. And then bring those hands back up to the sky. Bring that right knee in, bring that left knee in. Lift that tailbone up off the floor and release. Lift that tailbone up off the floor and release. Lift that tailbone up off the floor and release. Push the tailbone down. Let those knees drop apart. Let those feet just hang. Push on the right leg. So got our hands on the inside of those thighs, pushing the right leg down towards the floor. And then rocking that pelvis, pushing the left leg down. And rocking, pushing the right leg down. And rocking, pushing the left leg. And come back to the center. Pushing on the inner thighs, pushing those legs apart from each other. Pull the shoulders away from the ears, push the back of the head in the floor. Turn the tailbone down so the lower back slightly lifted, holding those knees apart, breathing in. Push those knees into the arms, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out, pushing those knees towards each other. Breathing in. On the out breath, release, let those knees fall apart. And then bring those knees together. Pull that tailbone up off the floor, letting that back curl, and then pushing that tailbone down into the ground. Lengthen, pop that left foot on the floor, let it go out straight, keep the right leg in. Breathing in, stretching that right leg from the left leg, pulling that right knee up towards that shoulder, stretching that groin. And then like we did yesterday, pull that right knee over the body, turn the eyes right, stretching through that lower back. Feel how stiff you feel now, feel how much looser you will feel later. Pushing that left leg away, pushing that right hand away, turning the eyes right, trying to lift that breastbone up, trying to turn through those ribs. And roll back onto the back. Bring that right knee in towards the shoulder. Lengthening and stretching. Bring that left knee in. Push that right leg on the floor, push it away. Pull that left leg up. Pull that left leg all the way over the body. Turning the eyes left, lifting the breastbone up, turning that body, breathing in, breathing out, turning through those ribs, turning the eyes left. Bringing that knee to the floor, breathing in, breathing out, roll back onto the back. Take those legs out straight, take those arms all the way overhead, reach and stretch. Pull the shoulders away from the ears, bring those hands up to the sky, roll yourself all the way up to sitting, reaching all the way forwards towards those feet. Let those knees bend, pull the tummy onto the thighs, pushing the head over the toes so your body's nice and straight, flexing in that hip. And then push that right knee down, stretch the hamstring. Push that left knee down, stretch the other one. Push the right knee, push the left knee, push both knees down. And then lift yourself up nice and tall. Okay, cross your left leg over your right leg. Slide that foot up towards the bum. Embrace that left knee. Pull it up towards your right shoulder. Turn your body to the left. Push that left bum into the ground so we're stretching that glutes. Lift your body high, pushing that tailbone, that seat bone down. Breathing in, breathing out. And then release that leg. Turn that leg over so the underneath of the leg goes onto the floor, and we stretch the quad, just a little stretch. So I've got my foot towards my bum. Turn to face that bent knee and just lean back, push that buttock onto the floor and feel the stretch through that quad. Breathing in, breathing out, stretching. Pushing that knee down, pushing that bum down, stretching through that quad. And then lifting yourself up nice and tall, untangle your legs, put them straight in front. Lift up tall with the body, cross the right leg over, pull that right foot up towards the left buttock, embrace that right knee, lift that chest up, push that seat bone down into the ground, turning to the left, or the right, my left and right's all mixed up, turning right, lifting that chest up, breathing in, breathing out, turning. And then release that knee. Turn around to the front. Turn that foot over. So you've got the underneath, the arch of the foot to the floor. Let that knee stay there. Turn around towards the knee and just lean back and stretch that quad. So we're just doing a bit of hip stretching before we get on the roller. Breathing in, leaning back, breathing out. Pull that right buttock down. Feel the stretch through that quad. And then push yourself back up to sitting and untangle that leg. Bring your roller in and put it across the mat. Flatten both feet onto the floor, soles of the feet, and then resting the bottom ribs on the roller. So resting the bottom ribs on the roller, we're just going to open the body, head in the hands, breathing in, breathing out, stretching back over that roller, pushing the chest up high, taking the head down low, keeping the bum down. Breathing in, breathing out. Bring that head all the way back up. Move the roller up a few. Breathing in. Breathing out, open. Breathing in. Breathing out. And then lift yourself up. And move the roller up one more. Breathing in. Breathing out, open. Pushing that head up, pushing the chest up, pushing that bum down, pushing that head down. Breathing in, breathing out. Lifting that head up. Move the body up a bit more. Breathing in, breathing out. Open, push the tailbone down. Take hold of the head, pushing that chest up. Breathing in, breathing out. Lifting that head back up, move the roller up a little bit more. Breathing in, breathing out, rest back. Let the back of the head rest on the roller. Lengthen through that neck. So put your balls of your hands against the jawbone. Breathe in. And on the out breath, push that jawbone away slightly and lengthen through the neck. Having the head rest on the back of the head on the roller, so you're using a tractioning between your hands and the roller. Lengthen. And then release. Let that head just hang there. Just rock it gently left, gently right. Remember, there is alterations in your neck that might cause crick, so just be very careful, just gentle rocking. And then take the head in the hands, lift the bum off the floor and roll yourself all the way down to those bottom ribs, all the way down. And then when you get there, breathing in and breathe out, roll all the way back up again. And then roll all the way down to those bottom ribs. And then roll all the way back up again. And then lean on that right side. And then come all the way back up. And then keep going over to the right. All the way down. Through that armpit. Might just shimmy yourself around on your roller. All the way down. Go in the base of that shoulder blade, just rocking forwards and back, just moving the soft tissue there. Going into the armpits, rocking forwards and back. Moving the roller down to those bottom ribs. And then rolling back onto the back. Take hold of the head. Keep that head low if you can. Keep that bum low. And then rolling over onto that left side. All the way through. And then rocking forwards and back. And then going through down to those bottom ribs. Moving forwards and back over the base of the shoulder blade. And then into that armpit. And then moving that roller down to those bottom ribs. Those floating ribs, just get them part of the party. And then rolling over back onto the back. Opening that chest. Stop with that roller in that mid-thoracic. Rest that head back on the floor. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lengthen those legs away. Take those hands up into the sky. Open, push those hands away. Reaching, breathing in. Breathing out, lengthening. Breathing in. Breathing out. Just rocking right, rocking left, so your bum comes light on the floor. Just go easy on this, but just trying to get some action in the middle of those ribs. And then rest the bum down, bring those hands in, bring those feet back up, take the head in the hands, lift that head up, move that roller to the base of the neck, move that roller down towards those bottom ribs, move it up towards the base of the neck, and then keep moving it, peel yourself up off that roller, peel yourself up, and then use your elbows, lift yourself up into sitting. So we'll just move the roller out of the way and we'll work more on stretching out that hip. So lifting yourself up, it should be easier now to sit nice and tall, holding onto those thighs, lift that chest up. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, round and back. So really move those shoulders, rolling all the way forwards, round, up and back. All the way forwards, round, up and back. Put the hands on the floor. Lift those chests, push off those hands, pull those knees down to the ground, bring the toes to the nose. Point the toes away. Bring the toes to the nose. Lifting that chest up. Bring those hands forward on the floor, bring those arms up. Breathing in. On the out breath, roll yourself all the way down to flat. Roll yourself down, bring those arms all the way overhead. Reaching those hands away, pushing that right hand, pushing that left hand. Pushing both hands, pull those shoulders down to the waist, bring those hands up to the sky. Look at those hands, check those wrists are in line with the arms. Bring those arms apart, back to the hands to the floor, squeezing the shoulders together, pushing the back of the head in the ground. Breathing in. Breathing out, push those hands together. Breathing in, bring those hands apart. Pushing the back of the head down, pushing the bum down. Bring those hands together. Bring that right knee in, hug that right knee. Bring that left knee in, hug that left knee. Okay, this time keep the tailbone down. Let's lift those feet up above the body. So feet are above the knees. Lift the tailbone up, grab your fingers around the outsides of your feet. So the middle of your fingertips goes into the kind of ball of your foot. Push that tailbone towards the floor. Push those feet into the hands. Push that tailbone down. Lengthen that spine. Push the back of the head away from the tailbone in this happy baby pose. Breathing in. Breathing out, push those feet in the hands so the shoulders will be lifting. Now pull those shoulders to the floor and increase the stretch through that hip. Breathing in, breathing out. Push that tailbone down, try and get that lower back into its neutral position, so slightly lifted. Pulling those knees into the chest as we push the feet into the hands and try and straighten the legs, pushing the tailbone down. Pulling those shoulders into the floor. And then release those feet. Let those knees drop apart, hands on those inner thighs. Straighten that right leg out. Straighten that left leg, point those toes, flex those feet, pull those shoulders away from the ears, point the toes, circles with those feet one way, circles with those feet the other way. Pulling those feet apart, letting that tailbone go down, letting the back of the head lengthen away from it. Breathing in, pull those shoulders away from the ears, breathing out. Relax those feet, those knees, let those knees bend and bring those knees back together. Pull those knees into the chest, lift that tailbone up. Release, let that right leg go out straight. Keep that left knee in. Pulling that left knee up. Pull that left leg all the way over the body. Turn the eyes left. Pulling that left knee down to the floor. Pushing that left hand away, bringing those ribs up. Feel that there's more movement in the ribs, having done the roller. Breathing in. Breathing out. Push that knee down. Push that hand away. Push those eyes towards that hand. Shut the underneath eye and see how much of your hand you can see. Breathing in, breathing out, lengthening. And then release the head, release the left hand and roll over onto that right side. Support the head with the underneath arm. Take hold of that left foot in the left hand. Pull the pubic bone forward. Pull the tummy button in line. Keep that torso straight. Push that foot into the hand and lengthen. Let that foot and hand come closer to the bum. Push the foot in the hand and lengthen. Let the foot in the hand come closer to the bum. Push the foot into the hand and lengthen. Clenching that bum, hold it away from your bum. Stretching through the quad, stretching through the hip flexor. Breathing in, breathing out. Keep that stretch, pushing that foot into the hand. And then let that foot and hand come closer to the bum. Keep pulling that foot towards you. Stretching through the top of the knee. And then release and roll back over onto the back. Bring that knee in towards the shoulder. And then turn that leg. Put the foot on the other knee. Push that knee away. Pull the foot towards. Hold that leg in the stretch position. Breathing in. Breathing out. Pushing the knee back into the hand. Breathing in. Breathing out. Pushing that knee back into the hand. And then release. Draw the right leg in, pulling the left foot in and push that left knee away, stretching, turning that hip. Glide the legs to the left and to the right. Just glide them so we change the stretch in the glute. And then release that right leg away. Keep hold of the left knee, pull the left leg up. Pull the left leg over the body one more time, turning the eyes left. Bringing the breastbone up to the sky, bringing that knee down, pushing that hand away. Big breath in, big breath out, lengthen, shut the underneath eye. See how much of your hand you can see, if you can see more. And then release that leg, release those eyes, let yourself roll back onto your back. Take that leg out straight, take those arms overhead, reach and stretch. Pull the shoulders away from the ears, bring those arms up to the sky. Bring that right knee in, pulling that knee up, pushing that left leg away. Bring that right leg all the way over the body, turning the eyes right, push that right hand away. Turning the eyes right, pulling that knee down, pushing that foot away. Shut the underneath eye and see how much of that hand you can see. Stretching, bringing the breastbone up to the sky, bringing the tummy button up, turning through those ribs. Breathing in, breathing out. Release that body and roll onto that that left hand side. Support the body with the underneath arm. Take hold of the foot in the hands. Let that left leg go forward a bit if you need to balance, and then push that right foot into the right hand, keeping the pubic bone forward, keeping the tummy button in line with the breastbone and pubic bone, pushing that foot in the hand, and then let the foot and hand come to the bum. And then push. And then let it come to the bum. And then push. And then let it come to the bum. And then push. Lengthening, breathing in. Holding it there, breathing out. And then release the push, but draw that foot higher. Feel the stretch change from the hip flexor down to the top of the knee a bit more. And then release that foot and roll over onto the back. Take hold of that knee into the body, pull that knee up. Breathing in, breathing out. Turn that leg, put the foot on the other knee. Bring that other leg up, push this knee away. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, holding that knee away, breathing out. Push the knee back into the hand, holding it. Breathing in, breathing out, release and lengthen. And then let go of that left leg, let go of the right knee, the right foot, hold that right knee, pull it up a bit higher. Pull that right leg over your body, pushing that right hand away, stretching, really feeling that stretch through those ribs, pushing that hand away, turning, 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 knee to the floor, hip follows the knee, shoulder follows the hand, ribs coming up to the sky, shutting the underneath eye, seeing what you can see. And then releasing back onto the back. Let those legs go straight, let those arms go straight. Stretch. Pull the shoulders away from the ears, bring those hands up to the sky. Take those hands apart to the floor, squeeze those shoulder blades together, push the back of the head into the ground, push the bum in the ground. And then release, slide those hands down towards the bum, slide them under the bum. Pushing off the elbows, lift yourself onto the top of your head. Pushing that breastbone up, pushing those elbows into the ground, arching through that chest. Breathing in, breathing out. As you breathe in, fill the lungs and spread the ribs. As you breathe out, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Bring that right knee in, bring that left knee in. So they're bent, feet are flat on the floor still. Lifting that chest up, lifting the right foot off the floor, lifting the left foot off the floor, popping the right foot on the floor, popping the left foot on the floor. Keep that body lifted. Slide those legs away, lower that back to the ground. Breathing in on the out breath, taking those arms up into the sky, taking those arms overhead, stretching and lengthening. Pull the shoulders away from the ears, bring those arms back up in front, up above your body. Bring that right knee up, bring that left knee up. So we're in that upside down tabletop position. Hands are straight up, so we're not using our hands to stabilize. We're pulling the shoulders into the ground, drawing in the core and neutral spine, flex the ankles, and take that left heel, rotating that thigh and tap the heel on the floor, and bring that leg back up. And take that right leg over, tap the floor, and bring that leg back up. And take that left leg over, tap the floor, and bring it back up. And take the right leg over, tap the floor, and bring it back up. And take the left leg over, rest it lightly on the floor, and straighten that leg out. Lift that leg just off the ground. Bend that knee, bring that leg back in. Right leg. Take it over, lightly tap the floor with the leg. Extend it out straight, lift it just off the floor, bend the knee and bring it back in. Take the left leg over, tap the floor. Slide that leg out straight, have it just hovering off the ground. Bend it and bring it back. Right leg over, just lightly onto the floor. Extend that leg out straight, have it hovering, keeping that lower back lifted. Bring that leg back in. So when I say lifted, I mean I want neutral spine. All the ribs are on the ground. Shoulders are implanted. Back of the head's pushing down. Lower back is slightly off the floor. Take that left leg over, tap the floor. Slide that leg out straight, just hovering it off the ground. Keeping it out straight, you're going to lift it straight into the sky. Lower it straight back down to the ground. Lift it up into the sky, keeping that spine not moving at all. Lower that leg down. So while the floor is supporting you, you're learning the reference of the shape of the spine. Lift that leg up. You're learning whether your pelvis wants to rock. Lower that leg down, whether that lower back wants to go down to the floor. Bend that leg back in. Whether your shoulders want to lift, what your head wants to do. Take that right leg over to the floor. Extend that leg out straight. So when you're walking around the house, standing, sitting, or lift that right leg into the sky, or sailing, you've got to keep that neutral spine. Lower that right leg down. Lift that right leg up. Lower that right leg down. Lift that right leg up. Lower that right leg down. Bring that right leg in. Hold it back up. Holding those legs there, take those hands down to point to the feet, lifting the upper body up. Holding yourself, I've got my palms towards each other, shoulders pulling towards the floor. I can just feel my lower shoulder blades touching the ground. Take that right leg out straight. Bend it back in. Take that left leg out straight. Bend it back in. Take that right leg out straight. Bend it back in. Take that left leg out straight. Bend it back in. Take both heels to the floor. Take the arms to the sky, head to the ground, arms to the ground overhead. Slide both heels away so those legs come straight. Neutral spine. Bring those legs back in. Bring those arms back up. Bring those feet off the floor. Put those knees back into place. Good. Okay, feet to the ground. Slide those legs out. Bring those arms up into the sky. Open that body. Make sure that back is in neutral. Breathing in. Breathing out. Bring those legs back in. Resting the soles of the feet lightly on the floor. Bring those arms all the way back up and over, lifting the head up. And bring those feet up. Take those feet to the floor. Take those legs out straight. Lift yourself all the way up to sitting. Lift yourself up to sitting. Good. Chest up, Sandra. Okay, cross over those arms. Turn the breastbone so we turn to the right. So we're turning the body, elbows crossed. Good. Coming back round to the centre. So I'm holding on to opposite elbows. Turning round to the left. Come back to the centre. Turning round to the right. Back to the centre. Turning round to the left. Back to the centre. Turning right. Back to centre. Turning left. Back to the centre. Leaning back. Chest up. Leaning back. Bring those toes up. Chest up. Come back up to vertical. Take those arms straight in front. Pull the shoulders back. Lean back. Lifting up. Can you get your legs straight, Sandra? Can you put the knees on the floor? Leaning back. So don't lean back quite as far then. But we need to start, rather than staying in the comfort zone, we need to get so that we do the action right. So we put the knees down, even if you just lean back a little bit like here, and then you just come up a little bit. So leaning back to wherever keeps you before you start to lose it. I don't want you compromising, and then come back up. So leaning back, if you can go further back, go further back. Try to keep the legs straight. Sitting up. Okay, release, hands on the legs. Lower yourself forward, stretch through that lower back, release those quads. Breathing in, breathing out, lifting up nice and tall. So we want to do, rather than doing the big range of motion, compromising with legs and chest and spine, we want to do smaller range of motion, doing it right, and then we build up. So swing those legs around and come onto all fours. Hands are under the shoulders. Knees are under the hips, middle fingers parallel. Turn the inside of those elbows forward. Turn the tailbone down, push the back up, bring the eyes down. And then turn that tailbone up, bring that belly down, bring that chest up. Holding yourself here, pull those knees apart from each other. And let's open the chest by sliding those hands forward on the floor, lowering that chest to the ground. Chin to the ground, chest to the ground. Breathing in, breathing out. Putting that bum in the air, breathing in, breathing out. Stretching through those armpits, lengthening those legs. Sorry, lengthening those arms. Wrong limbs. Glide your body back over towards those feet. Let those arms drag. Pulling those knees apart, come up onto all fours. Push that back up. Push the tailbone down, bring the eyes down. And then push that tailbone up, bring those eyes up, bring that belly down. Pulling those shoulders back, slide forwards with those hands. Slide forwards with those hands, lengthening, breathing in, breathing out. Feel that stretch. Push those forearms and hands down into the floor. So we're engaging those arm muscles, pulling those shoulders back, stretching through those ribs, breathing in. You'll find it hard to breathe, but trying to get those ribs to move while your arms are up over your head. Breathing out. Slide that body back towards those feet into the child pose. And then lifting yourself up onto all fours again. Turn the tailbone down, push the back up. Turn the tailbone up, bring that belly down. Come into neutral. Weight on that left hand, bring that right arm up into the sky. We're going to thread the needle. Pulling that shoulder back, pulling the right shoulder back, left shoulder forward, rotating through the ribs. And then release that arm and push it down under the other arm, stretching through that, rotating those ribs, lengthening the arm, pushing off that left hand. Push off the left hand, bring the right arm up into the sky. Release that right arm down, take it through under that left shoulder. Breathing in, breathing out. Push off that right hand, bring that left hand up into the sky. Push the left shoulder forward, right shoulder back. And then bring those hands back onto the floor. Okay, other arm. Bring that left arm up into the sky, pushing off the right hand, putting the right arm, the right shoulder forward, left shoulder back. Breathing in, turning that body. And then release, push that left arm under. Breathing in, breathing out, trying to rotate the other way. And then push off the right arm, bring that left arm up, pulling it back, rotating, breathing in, breathing out, release and push it through. Breathing in, breathing out, push off that right hand, bring that same arm up into the sky, turning the body, breathing in, and then release onto the mat. Turn that tailbone down, push that back up. And then turn that tailbone up, let that belly come down, push those shoulders back, bring the eyes up. And come into neutral. Slide the hands forwards on the mat, turn the inside of the elbows forward, locking those shoulder joints. Put that right leg out behind, come into the plank, put that left leg out behind. Coming nice and strong in your plank. Clench your bum, tighten your thighs, lengthen your body. Gliding forwards and back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold yourself here. Okay, I want to do some side stretching. So we're going to take those feet apart, so they're 1/2 meter apart, roll over onto that side plank. So we're just going to hold ourselves on the side plank. And now we're going to lower those hips down to the floor, stretching through that side. Try not to sit on the ground, so I'm just hovering. And then lift up. And then lower, so we're stretching those hips. Is this hard on your shoulder, Hilary? On your hip. Okay, lifting up. Come over into the plank. And then rock over on the other side. Just do 2 on the other side, try and even up. Lower down, stretching, and then lifting up. So we're lowering the hips down, we're not actually sitting on the bum, we're just stretching through that side, and then lifting up, and then come back onto the plank, into the plank. Okay, glide forward and back for 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees to the floor. Drop the knees to the floor. Just glide back into child pose. Stretch out those armpits. Stretch out those arms. And then come back onto your elbows and lower down onto your tummy. Slide those hands apart from each other, put the forehead on the ground. Lengthen the body, clench the bum, lengthen the legs, tighten the thighs, lift those knees and feet off the ground, push the pubic bone in the ground, draw in the core. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Bring those hands and forearms up and lower them down. Bring the hands and forearms up and lower them down. Hands and forearms up, my forehead's on the ground, so I'm lengthening through the neck. Bring the whole arm up into the air, drawing the tummy in, make sure it's lifted. Make sure the weight's on the pubic bone and the bottom ribs. Drop those elbows only to the floor and then lift. Elbows down, lift the arms. Elbows down, lift the arms. Elbows down, lift the arms, hold them. Make sure your belly's lifted. Pass the arms in the sky for 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold them at 1. Pass them up higher for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take them out like a scarecrow, out wide. Reach them away from each other. Bring them in the sky for 5, 4. Don't touch them on the floor. Keep them horizontal to up. 2, 1. Bend the elbows, lower the hands and legs to the ground. Relax, breathing in, breathing out. Lengthen that head away from the toes. Clench the bum, lift those legs up, draw in the tummy, lift the belly up. Bring the hands and forearms up, bring the whole arm up, hold the arms here. Lift that right leg only, higher. For 5, without the tummy lowering. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift that left leg for 5, clenching the bum. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift both legs for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slide those hands to the bottom ribs. Keep those shoulders back and down. Lift that chest up. Breathing in, push off the hands and come onto the thighs, and then lower those ribs down again. So we just come back down, lower the head down. So we're just coming up into the cobra and the partial up dog. So legs are straight, knees and feet are off the ground, bums engaged, weights on the pubic bone, the bottom ribs, tummy's lifted. Breathing in. On the out breath, lift up that chest. So we're just resting on the bottom rib. Now push those hands in the floor, come onto the thighs. We rest on the pubic bone, body stays engaged. Tighten those arms, straighten those elbows, come onto the knees. Tighten those thighs, lift those knees off the floor. Drop the knees down, bum in the air, back into child pose. Stretching, lengthening, pulling those armpits down to the floor. Breathing in, breathing out. Come up onto all fours. Hands are under the shoulders, middle fingers parallel, knees are under the hips, feet are level with the knees. Turn the tailbone down, bring the eyes down, push the back up, and then turn that tailbone up. Bring that belly down, bring those eyes up. Come into neutral, lengthen the head from the tailbone. So getting familiar with neutral spine when you're not flat on the floor. This is the key here. Pull the back of the head to the sky. Don't let the head fall down. Get that neck straight with the spine. Good. Breathing in, breathing out. Now walk those knees forward and sit yourself down on the ground, and we transfer that neutral spine into sitting. So sitting on the ground. Hold behind those thighs. So the first thing is get the seat bone right. Pull yourself forward onto your front or middle bottom and peel your body up vertically. Pull the back of the head back. Lift that chest up. Keep the eyes horizontal though. Don't lift the chin up. Your head has to stay with the chin under the forehead, not with the chin jutting out forwards. So holding onto those legs. Now push those knees down into the ground and feel the tension go into your back. Feel it in your thighs. So use your tummy, draw that core in and lift that the chest up. Roll those shoulders, get them back up to the ears, round and back. Up to the ears, round and back. Up to the ears, round. Put those hands on the floor behind and lift. Well, actually put your hands so they're just level. The back of the hand, the front of your thumb is level with the back of your bum. And then lift off your bum, pushing the shoulders down so that you hang off your shoulders. Now rest onto that middle bottom again, keeping that chest tall, keeping those knees straight. Bring those arms up in front. Take those arms up into the sky, and remember the shoulder is like the center of the clock face, and your arms are the arms of the clock. They stay pinned in the middle. They don't roll around all over the place. Take those arms out wide, all the way down to the ground. Bring them all the way around in front, all the way up. Hold them above the head. Link those fingers. Breathe in. Breathe out. Push those hands in the sky. Take the eyes up. Pull the knees to the floor. Bring the toes to the nose. Take the tummy button towards the knees. Release those arms out wide. Rest them on your legs and roll your shoulders. Right. Well done.